Welcome to the Small Business CEO Virtual Classroom. My name is Glenn Garnes, and I'm the founder of Small Business CEO. And I want to congratulate you on your decision to join this organization because I know that we're going to be in a position to help you create a success story in business. Now, this first lesson, the Getting Started lesson, is designed to help to acquaint you with the membership benefits that are available to you through Small Business CEO. And I'm going to be giving you some ideas on how to get more out of that, how to use those benefits and make them work for you. So I want you to realize that you can take some notes right now, but you also have the ability to go back and watch this video again if you wish to. I like to take notes so that I don't have to watch every video twice. If I do watch it twice, I want to make sure that I've got some action items as I go along. So I highly recommend that you take notes as you go along here. Now, getting started with Small Business CEO is relatively simple. Our goal is to help to raise your business IQ so that you can attract the right people and the right opportunities. And we're going to show you how to do that by just doing a few simple things consistently. And if you will take the time to do these things, we can promise you that you're going to be satisfied with the results that you get. You're going to be excited with the results that you get, not just satisfied. Now, your membership includes a variety of components. The first is the one that you're in right now, which is the virtual classroom. This is where you'll be coming to get educational material on all kinds of things related to operating your business. We're not going to go into every little thing. You're in here. You can see all the different modules that are available to you. And we're going to be adding new modules as time goes on. So this is going to be a great place for you to stay plugged into consistently. The second part of your membership is Small Business CEO Lounge, which is our online community, member only, that allows you to be able to connect with other people that are part of the program, and of course to seek out opportunities to work with them, to collaborate with them, to establish relationships so that you can have the ability to have more people in your people network. One of our principal goals here at Small Business CEO is to help you become a center of influence so that you can attract the right people to your business to help you to grow through resources, referrals, and anything else that you can figure out that you can do together. And one of the best ways to get started in that effort is to have a group of people who are sincerely interested in building their business as you are, and you've just done that by joining Small Business CEO. We also have a resource directory that features members that offer business-to-business services and offer you a discount on those services as a thank you for giving them the opportunity to earn your business. So you'll be able to actually come into the resource directory and actually save money on things you're going to buy anyway in your business by simply keeping it in the family, so to speak, and shopping with people who are also part of the fraternity that you just joined. We have a number of upgrade services, things that may or may not fit with your business, but they are things that, if you have a need for them, are available to you through our organization. And we're going to cover those as well with you today. Now, the education system is pretty simple. You're already in here, and you understand that the whole purpose behind the virtual classroom is to help you get access to information, timely information, that you need to build your business. So we've assembled a group of experts on a variety of different topics, things that you will want to know about operating your business. Everything from bookkeeping and accounting to selecting the proper entity to operate your business, to being able to hire staff people or outsource some of your administrative work, to finding investors and financing and establishing banking relationships. The lessons that you're going to learn from these experts are going to shorten your learning curve dramatically and position you to always be armed with the information you need to succeed in business. We also include in the Learning Center some checklists and forms and some legal documents, things like board minutes, sample board minutes, articles of incorporation, non-compete agreements, things of that nature, simple contracts, to give you access to resources that will save you money when you're looking to have something put in writing to document something in your business. You can look in that section of the Learning Center, the virtual classroom, and hopefully find something that's very close to what you're looking for. If there's something that you're looking for that's not in there, we can't promise that we can generate it for you, but if you'll let us know, then we'll do our best to provide it and make it available to you. Now, as you're going through these lessons, like the one you're watching now, you'll inevitably have questions. And those questions are something that you should go over to our Q&A coaching forum and ask in the forum. Each lesson that you're going to watch has its own concurrent coaching forum where you can ask that question in the coaching forum, and one of our staff, and sometimes, and frankly we're hoping all the time, the person who we actually interviewed on the lesson will be able to be the one providing the answer for you. So you should make sure you take good advantage of that, because that's one of the most powerful resources you can have, is to ask follow-up questions on something you just got a chance to see online. Imagine if you could call the author of a book and ask them follow-up questions on something you read in their book. Well, with the virtual classroom here at Small Business CEO, that's essentially what you have the opportunity to do. Now, I want to encourage you to start at the beginning. And of course, you're starting with this first lesson. That's why we wanted you to start at the beginning, because we want you to understand how to use all the different components. But I also want you to understand that your business is not a linear process. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes in this lesson. So there may be some situations where it may be to your benefit to skip around, but at least for the first 3 or 4 lessons, I think it's going to be important for you to stick to the script, so to speak. So start right here at the beginning, go to the next lesson, which will be A is for attitude, and then the Connectors marketing plan. Those 3 are designed to be done in sequence. And then, of course, if you find it to your liking to skip around a little bit, that's okay. But we want you to start at the beginning at least to get those first 3 lessons under your belt. We also want to make sure that you do not rush through the material. It's more important for you to understand these concepts that we're sharing with you than for you to get through it quickly. And of course, some of these things are going to be relatively light-hearted topics. They're going to be common sense type things, but it doesn't hurt for you to hear them and be reminded of them, for that matter. And of course, you want to make sure that you ask questions. We already talked about the coaching forum. We want to make sure that you ask the questions that you have, because when you ask a question, you're not only benefiting yourself, but in the coaching forum, because other people can see the questions that you've asked and the answers that we've given. Every time someone asks a question, it makes that resource more powerful for the whole organization, because other people benefit from the answer to the question as well. Now, I don't have to tell you that the most important thing for you to do is to implement the teachings that you get out of these lessons. Obviously, knowledge is only useful to you if you're using it, if you're actually putting it into action. So don't think just because you saw something and you know it that it's actually going to work for you unless you're actually doing it. So make a commitment to implement the teachings that you're going to find here. And these are the things, these are the little nuances that will make a difference in whether you're successful with what we share with you or not. Now, I want to share with you some things to think about. As we talked about earlier, success is not a linear path. There are many diversions and detours and challenges that come along the road on the road to success. And what that means for you is that you should not expect success to be a straight line. You should expect that it's going to take some twists and turns, and be prepared for that to happen. Don't be disappointed, because it's simply part of the process. What you need to focus on is being persistent but flexible. And what I mean by that is that you have to stay at the game. You have to stay focused on what you're doing. You want to make sure that you get started and that you don't quit. But then, of course, you want to be open to opportunities to move in a different direction if it's going to ultimately take you to your goal. And that's what success is all about, is assessing whether you're on target, whether you're on track to reaching your goals, and what adjustments you might need to make to accomplish them. So we want you to also be open-minded but focused. And of course, being open-minded is going to bring more opportunities your way. If you've got a tunnel vision view of life where you feel like you already know all the answers, or there's only one way to do something, when that one way doesn't work out for you, you're going to be disappointed. But if you're able to be open-minded yet focused, you will find that your path will be a little more clear and a little more straight than it is for other people. And then, of course, I want you to develop an appetite for learning. This is probably one of the most important concepts to grasp if you really are serious about achieving your objectives. Because I don't know anybody that is successful if they are not continuing to learn. And that's why we're going to make a commitment to you to continue adding new lessons to the Learning Center, because success is an ongoing process. Once you achieve a goal, you should be setting the next goal. And that next goal is going to require you to know more than you know now, so that's why it's going to be important for you to have more information. One of the things you have to understand is that when you stop learning, you stop earning. And we don't want that to be your destiny, which is why at Small Business CEO we'll be focusing on continuously putting you in front of the right information. Now we want to talk a little bit about the Small Business CEO Lounge. This is our online community, and this is a very important component of your membership. A lot of people don't realize the power that exists in social networks. Some of them are actually letting it go over their heads that anytime you've got an accumulation of people in a system that allows them to communicate with each other and together, that you've just harnessed the energy of creativity, ingenuity, and the power of unity, of working together. The word community includes the word unity, and it's the unity that makes it possible for people to make progress. That's going to be a recurring theme here at Small Business CEO. So what I want you to keep in mind as you're working in the Small Business CEO Lounge is some of the things that you should be doing to make sure that you're getting the most out of that collaborative environment. First of all, your profile, your social networking profile, your personal profile has been specifically set up so that when you fill in the fields for your contact information and some of the other fields that we have in there, you will automatically be telling people some very important information that you're going to want them to know. For example, you're going to be able to put right up front on your profile a description of your business in a way that helps them understand why what you do is helpful to people. And that helps to instill confidence in people when they choose to make referrals to you, that they understand what the purpose of your product or service is. It's not enough for you to just describe what you do generally. You need to make sure people understand what it means to the people that use your services. You'll also be able to specify who your ideal client is. And these are lessons that are going to be coming out of the Connectors Business Plan, which is lesson 3 in the series here. So you're going to want to do that lesson and use the information that comes out of that lesson to fill in the first 3 fields or the first 3 elements of your social networking profile. The third thing that you're going to be able to put into that profile is a listing of the kinds of businesses that are good strategic alliance partners for you. And we'll talk more about strategic alliance partners in that lesson. But for your purposes, all you need to know now is that you've now positioned anyone that comes to your profile to know exactly what you do, who you're looking to serve, and who can be a good source of referrals for you so that they have a clearer call to action with respect to how they can interact with you and how they can help you. Now, one of the other elements that's built into the social network is our online groups. We call them mastermind groups because if you're using groups properly, you're able to duplicate a concept that was first identified by Dr. Napoleon Hill in his classic work, The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. The concept of the mastermind, where people working together, sharing ideas about a concept or a thought, help to make that thing grow faster and bigger than it would have been when somebody's working on something by themselves. So positioning you to have a communication system where you can throw out an idea, brainstorm with people, get feedback, and take that idea to its full potential. That's what you should be looking to do in a social media environment. So if you're starting to understand the power of some of these social networks, we're accumulating people in this organization who are going to be learning the same things you are, which means that they're going to be equipped to understand, appreciate, and value what it means to be part of this community, and that makes them an asset to you. So that's one of the reasons why we're so heavily focused on education, is because it's one thing to have the tool, it's another thing to know how to get the most out of it. Now, we also have discussion forums in the social network. Unlike the discussion or the Q&A coaching forum where we're specifically focused on the lessons that come out of the virtual classroom, the discussion forums in the social network are specifically for you to interact with your colleagues, with the whole community, share ideas, share thoughts, share resources, information. If someone comes across a great article that someone ought to read, they can post it there, and that makes it available to the whole community. So it's going to be it's almost like going to be like reading the newspaper almost with, ideas and things that people share with you. It's designed to be a communications platform that keeps you on the cutting edge and on the pulse of what's going on in the business community. And then we have a collaborative Q&A system, which means that You literally can come into the social network and ask a question and ask everyone in the social network to give you some feedback or give their 2 cents worth or share an idea about the question that you've asked. Imagine the power of that. Being able to come into a community as this organization grows, and we're going to show you the power of this organization towards the end of this presentation. As this organization grows, being able to come in and ask a question that you know is going to be well received by your colleagues because we're all part of the same country club in here. So I hope you're starting to see the value of the Small Business CEO Lounge, because this is going to change your impression of social networking if you have not found it to be productive to this point in time. If you have not found social networking productive, it's only because you have not understood how best to utilize the tools that are built into social networks. We're going to remedy that for you in a hurry to make sure that you move from ignorance to enlightenment as it relates to where social networking can play a substantial role in building your business. Now, we also talked about the Small Business CEO Lounge resource directory. And what we've done here is we have a directory of business-to-business service providers that offer a variety of business-related services, some of them personal actually, but most of them business-to-business services. And all the providers here offer discounts and special deals to our members. So our goal when you join this organization was to help you to reduce your startup costs and your ongoing operating expenses. And we do that by negotiating and getting special promotions, special deals that you can take advantage of both in this directory and outside the directory, but especially in the directory here. So you should be looking to give people who have established a directory listing in here the opportunity to earn your business, because they're going to give you better pricing, better service, better consideration than if you just go to the Yellow Pages or somebody else on the internet. So keep it in the family here. Give someone who's a part of your country club the opportunity to earn your business, because they're someone who you can have a relationship with. Now, we do have some other available benefits, and these are upgrade services that you can subscribe to if you need them. For example, if you have a website, then you have a hosting account. And most of us are paying more than $10 a month for hosting. And if you are, we have the ability to offer you web hosting at just $5 a month. So right off the bat, that would save you, if you're paying $10 a month, that would save you $60 a year off of your web hosting. And that's 2/3 of what it costs for you to be a member of the organization if you're trying to quantify where the savings or where the investment comes back to you in your membership fee of $97 a year. So right off the bat, that one that one web hosting service could save you 2/3 of what you just invested to become a member of Small Business CEO. We also have a proprietary social media marketing system called the Village Connector. The Village Connector is a proprietary integrated social media marketing system. Basically, it combines a variety of tools that you can utilize to reach consumers in your community in a way that allows you to build a relationship with them as opposed to just advertising to them. It's a credibility builder. And we're not going to go into detail about the program here other than to say that if you have an interest in finding out how you can simplify the process of adopting a social media marketing plan, one of the things that you're going to want to consider using is Village Connector, and there's other material that will be here in the virtual classroom and elsewhere for you to find out more about how that works. A lot of us are very interested in finding out how we can establish credit in the name of our company so that when we need something, that the company needs something, we don't have to put our personal credit on the line. That's what's known as business fundability, determining whether or not your business is capable of qualifying for credit in the name of the business. So we have aligned ourselves with a company called Business Fundability that can assist you to begin establishing credit in the name of your company so that you don't always have to put a personal guarantee or your personal credit or get credit checks for yourself individually in order to qualify to have a line of credit or something for your business. So again, these are all services that we know small business owners need, and we'll be adding to these over time because, again, our goal is to make sure that this program continues to become an integral resource to you in every way possible. So this is just the starting point for us. We're going to have some other things that we'll announce later that are coming down the road, and you're going to just absolutely be flabbergasted when you see what you have access to by virtue of your membership with Small Business CEO. I want you to have a little bit of a big picture vision with me here. You've just joined an organization of entrepreneurs, small business owners, people in business that is expanding around the country. As we expand around the country, every new member becomes an asset to you and your business, and you become an asset to them as well. Imagine what it's going to be like as time goes on and this organization expands to all 50 states and then approximately 3,200 counties within the country. Imagine what it'll be like when you want to reach out and do business in other parts of the country, and you can actually connect with someone that's a member of your organization and reach out to them in a way where they've already got common ground with you and will be receptive to hearing from you on whatever it is that you have to share with them. The resources that you will be able to tap into through Small Business CEO will be virtually limitless, especially when it comes to the people power aspect of things. So I think that you are in the right place at the right time. And I know that that's a cliche, but I'm telling you right now, there are no other small business organizations that are pulling together everything that we have pulled together here for you in the way that we have. We've got tools and resources built into this system that aren't available anywhere else, but you have access to them by virtue of your membership with Small Business CEO. Now, if you have questions as you go along on how to use any of the membership benefits, that's another good subject to address in the discussion forums within Small Business CEO Lounge, or if appropriate, in one of the coaching forums if it has to do with something that you've learned in the virtual classroom. So again, on behalf of Small Business CEO, I want to thank you for becoming a member of the organization, and I want to wish you well in being able to deploy these resources to your best advantage. Please don't hesitate to ask questions. Please seek us out if there's anything at all we can do to help you advance your business and live the lifestyle that you deserve. So the next lesson is going to be A is for attitude. We're going to be talking a lot about attitude adjustment and what it takes to be successful as an entrepreneur. So get ready for that. It's probably one of the most important lessons to get your head in the game and to make sure that you are on the path to success at all times. So thanks again. We'll see you on the next lesson.